marks a defining moment in our national journey. We're not merely launching a program, but we're laying a foundation for a new economy. We're declaring with boldness and purpose that Ghana is ready to lead in the digital age. We're saying to our youth, to our communities, to the continent, and to the world that the future is here, and we'll be part of shaping it. The 1 Million Coders program is not just a fulfilled campaign promise. It is a strategic pillar of our Reset Ghana agenda, designed to empower Ghanaians with digital skills critical for 21st century life and work. This program is an investment in our youth, an investment in their future as coders, as analysts, as entrepreneurs, and as tech pioneers. Over the next 4 years, the 1 Million Coders program will train 1 million Ghanaians in essential digital skills, from coding and cybersecurity to data analytics and networking. These are not just technical abilities, they are economic passports, pathways to decent jobs, entrepreneurship, and long-term social economic inclusion. The aim of this is clear. It's to make digital education not just a short-term initiative, but a permanent strategic part of our educational system. To the youth of Ghana, I say this program is for you. Take it and own it. Let this be your launchpad into innovation, entrepreneurship, and global relevance. Let this be the bridge between your dreams and the opportunities of the digital age. You're not just participants in this initiative, you are the architects of Ghana's digital future.
But let me remind Mr. President that in his own inaugural address, he called for accountability and promised to fight corruption. Yet, as I've already said, journalists are being harassed. Opposition MPs, like my brother John Ntimfodjo, recently became a target because he had raised a critical national issue, which required the security agencies to engage constructively. They personalized it and they made him a target. It was an eyesore when they unleashed NIB officials at his residence, wielding guns and wearing masks. Did we go or did we come? What we are experiencing is another vendetta, and this is not justice, an opportunity for all Ghanaians, rather persecution. They promise constitutional reform, but we don't trust them. What they are doing is not constitutional reform, but they are attempting to create a Trojan horse for perhaps, if not lifetime presidency, a third-term presidency. Already, we have heard the national chairman of the NDC complaining bitterly about the internal struggle for succession. The NDC is abandoning governance and rather thinking of their party interests. Why would the national chairman, no less a person than Mr. Asiedu Nkatia, boldly go on radio in less than 90 days be talking about that internal problem? We are also aware that another group in the NDC are pushing for a third term for President Dramani Mahama. Is the reason why, instead of the promised governance and constitutional reforms, we are seeing a new agenda. What we know is that there is a sinister and diabolical plot firmly underway to tighten the president's grip on power and prolong his days in office. So they knew that the firmness of the Chief Justice will not allow this. So they started to unleash the attack dogs on the Chief Justice to try and clear out of the way so that they will have their way. But we, the minority, today tell the NDC government they will never have their way. We see diabolical schemes. We read the signals. And we say this clearly. Ghana is not a monarchy. We will not be ruled for life. We will not let one man's desire for autocracy and unchecked power rewire the constitution to suit the ambitions of a desperate party. So the hawks in the NDC who are so power drunk and are pushing through this third-term agenda, let them stay their hands.
This is not how the MPP started in 1992. Okay. This is not the MPP we knew. We knew J.H. Mensah. Didn't you know him? Yeah. He was minority leader. Very decent person, come to the public, and when he's speaking, he will not speak for long, but he will make sense to you. Rollins entertained him. We all went to Achimota School together. He was in Achimota School before Rollins. Yes, when he was minority, a very decent guy. Look at his demeanor in parliament with D.F. and co. Look at how he related with that parliament way back. Even when they won power and they came to the other side. Look at their demeanor. Let me mention some of their names at the time. Papa Wuswankuma. The Omoma politics here kono uni side. Na no wakono because yes, they had respect. Peter Alajete, they had respect. Who could even defy his party? Yes. Yes. For his second term as a speaker, NDC proposed him. Yes. That is how the level-headedness some of them had. Look at Abraham Edu, no whatever. He was majority leader. Look at his decency. Unkwan departing in him. Are you why? How did they even bring him to become leader of the Francis Poku? How did he become leader of his party? Bukabi. I'm sure he bought his way because he knew the kind of things he had done. That if he didn't go and find somewhere to hide himself, he would be in serious trouble. If he fought, look, he went under what do you call it, Chairman Sabosu. Yes. He went under Chairman Sabosu to take his position in order to use it as a shield, so that the state will not get to him for the bad things he has done. I'm telling you, we cannot account for the property he has now. I'm telling you, he has a haulage company. Do you know the kind of things he does? He has, when he went to Ghana Water, he gave himself contracts. The checkbook was in his armpit, like this, roaming around. When the cab moves, he pays himself. Allegedly. Yes. There are people who are prepared to testify. Allegedly. Oh, Mugabe. I've met the former managing director and sat with him for 6 hours. Clifford Bryman. Allegedly. Oh, please. Look, they should excuse us. Allegedly. Look at ECG. And why are we wasting time on ECG? Where is Kenegate? No, we are in May. Where is Kenoforiata? We are in May. It is 8th May. Where is Kenoforiata Mugabe? Allegedly. Allegedly. No, it's paying me. Allegedly, please. Charlie, you have a group of people allegedly criminally minded. Allegedly. Okay, as we speak, somebody has sent me this. Yes, I also have it. You also have it? That he has commissioned a court complex in Winneba without any government official or anybody. He has yes, only first judicial executives be. What? Omako commissioned court complex without the state involved in Winneba. They are saying yes. No, you see, that's why I said that the people of Winneba, I don't know. To me, say, or to me, almost said them, no more swine, no more musika because of Ohia, Omunibi. Now, what? Discount 2,000. It will hold you ransom. If it is true, lithium issue. Yes. Obawuni na di okita. Onu otumi ato asasi. You see, a crony di mi bo crony di esre. Me bo you see a fellow bonko ni church. Bonko no. Ni church. Okay. Onu ato ne church. Onu ato asasi wo ho for 99 years with CS states. On no small body nyansa kwan say info no or the leader li omo ana or your pesca bi mo no about chairman it will buy sika good the bag him no buy your question if you are wesi you go to Winneba the houses he has you will wonder what he was doing. He can never be minister in any government. How old is he? Oh, he's about 47. He was born in 1978, so you can check his age. He's about 47 years. By that time, Achampon was killed when he was 48 years. Feli was barely 42 when he died. The same thing, what's his name? 48. What do you call him? FIFA. Then you come to Roger Feli. The same thing. You come to Amedume. He was also 40-something when he was killed. You are 47. You are in national politics today. Democracy is protecting you. Look at how you are behaving. Those who were shot in 1979, they didn't behave like this. They didn't steal from the state and flaunt their weight on us. They themselves, they were humble. Somebody do when you are ECG board chair, you aided in selling containers as alumi to be minted, and you put the money in your pocket. 490 million Ghana cedis couldn't be accounted for when you are ECD board chair. We needed money, $190 million to go and resuscitate electricity company of Ghana. We ourselves reported ECG to the Millennium Challenge account that wastages, bypasses, and second-hand, or what do you call it, sub-use cables and all that things were costing electricity in Ghana. So we went to the Millennium Challenge account to go and beg them to give us money. And the Millennium Challenge account, one thing he did was that the money comes to a consultant who is Ghanaian. What you say? And say I am a DNA, a discanima, Fabroni consultant, no abano. When you needed a local consultant so that the GMP of the country will go up from their earnings. Sikana Beba Ubotomunu as Ghanaian as electrician. I know electricians who could have done the Millennium Challenge account. I can tell you, multi projects and code. They were sidelined.
And they lose 190
million. So after that, they decided to collapse the place. Because yes, Adiana Kasano, Nakeno for Yatana, where Janino. No, I can down for Kelly Gadget or Dini Free to buy. Who is Afenyo? He is not Afenyo. By now, he should be hanging somewhere. You people, why? Yes, the state lost by hold him. But deep on it, look, if you like hold a staff deba at Ghana Water, or go and hold a staff deba at Road Fund, or go and hold a staff deba at ECG, the people he brought from Winneba to Ghana Water alone, they form about 40% of the workforce, the whole country. You go and check. He put about 12,000 people at the head, over 1,200 people at the head office. When he was brought check, go and check. People from Winneba who are working in Ghana Water, go to Road Fund. The same thing. The people he put from Winneba from Ghana for. Go and check ECG when he came, just a short time. The people he put there, the Ghana forces, when they were doing the vetting, that Omani, Dr. Omani Buama, yes, was being vetted. Look at the question. He was trying to threaten him that the way I'm questioning you.
It doesn't mean that you shouldn't give me
Dr. Omani Buama, don't take anybody from Winneba this year. I'm telling you. Do you know why I'm saying that? No. Yes, because he threatens you. That if he brings somebody, who is he bringing? He has been bringing people because Kennedy Japan was chairman of the defense committee. Into the Katana for her near Frankfurt. Mugabe, you go and see. That's why I'm happy the president is putting an audit. The president says he's doing an audit. 120. Yes, he is going to do an audit into the armed forces, the police service, the prison service, of those hooligans, of those vigilantes that they have put in the service, that they are hiding there. To remove all of them. They have to remove them. Adai, Omane Emudia.
Mamo akwaba Edbat TV XYZ so bebia wa wo hwe bebia wo so awutie power 97.9 FM mamo akwaba bibium sa so na mo amhwe wo Facebook live power 979 FM TV XYZ Ghana ansana YouTube XYZ broadcasting mamo ina akwaba Meka was say we satellite no so won se betumi akan wo so TV XYZ channel no was satellite so sa so free to a digital no so won se betumi akan so and na boja dia me so Nicholas Yawson we betumi Afro-American the Nicholas Ekukuda mebo mechido ma medi dwumedi bro ye Mr. Kelvin Asante ni executive producer obo ye chido ma medi dwumedi ne bro ye ko MCR ye behu wo fa Peter wo ho sa so ne behu osofo ye Alex so wo hobi ansa na team a omugu omubo adwuma pa ye ina no ye chichia mu na adwuma den amoye yima no na ete so no wo sound anti sa wo back camera sa wo behu Elvis ne owura Kofi Asante ekukuda me so wa ha omona ema camera no epic me ansa no mo mesisi ma me hwan efa me de abetina hey ye nua ba gifty oni nua ba Lizzy Tego omona ama beso me hwan efa me de abetina ne boja efiade anti be bia wo bia no me pacho bebre me pacho menko be bia tina o TV echi ana tina radio echi na tie power 97.9 FM TV XYZ channel no fi se mo hase me be true with education information a wo hia so se me de ma and to be the biggest political platform is airborne inside politics dwumadi no nti baby a obi amemfa wo nsa enke free no nsem gu a ye bebe de ho nkomo eye ewie papa wo eye inside politics so we were feeding fi ha ebe help na bibia etumi konkai na nsem bebre na eboboba enam krom papa the new patriotic party still no ijedem nsem bi boboba na nche ye be pruma waso hu se no kre MPP nye political party or say ye de ye ho eto omo so nti ede no na ye ko nsem sura ye bedi enkomo no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama oka obeyo nyame adom eye kuade Wednesday ye betwe me no nya 120 days wo office 120 days wo office na 120 days His Excellency John Dramani Mahama nya wo office no ye be kai o ka say within 120 days no enyama bebre ho a obeye na wotumi ahwe aboa na wakasa dia fa levies ne tax reforms or promise Ghanaians so obehwe na waye ni na bra no ye ne campaign no wotumi afulfill ne promise ma bibia etumi akonkan ensem ni na share the first gentleman of the state ano yankoni nkoti His Excellency John Dramani Mahama nsem odituja
2nd 2025 assigned several bills into law, including the Electronic Transfer Levy e-levy repeal bill 2025, the emissions levy repeal bill, and the betting tax. We have delivered on 3 of these 4 specific tax repeals as promised. The COVID levy has intricate linkages to the existing IMF program. As a value-added tax, we have agreed with our multilateral partners to include it in our overall VAT rationalization exercise that is scheduled for September this year. We've significantly exceeded our 120-day promises regarding overall tax reform by enacting other critical bills such as the Value-Added Tax Amendment Bill, the Income Tax Amendment Bill, the removal of VAT on motor vehicles, the Public Financial Management Bill, the Growth and Sustainability Levy Act, the Earmarked Funds Capping and Realignment Bill, the Gold Board Bill, the Energy Sector Levy Bill, and the Petroleum Revenue Amendment Bill. This swift legislative action underscores our commitment to providing relief and creating a more favorable economic environment. Reviewing taxes on industrial and agricultural imports. We committed to reviewing taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported for industrial and agricultural purposes within our first 90 days. My government has initiated the crucial review process. The results of this comprehensive review will guide policy decisions and be incorporated into the 2025 mid-year budget review and subsequently the 2026 budget, ensuring that we support these vital sectors effectively.
It is Excellency John Dramani Mahama Okaobeye. No cre audio sayo and 120 days no yehu enemo ye efa ne levies ahro ne tax reform so which me aka ho nsem maye nyina yehu se no cre bebre His Excellency John Dramani Mahama 100 over 100 na 120 days onyaye me no nyina ade adanse wa wo hwe me wa wo tie me wontumi nkasa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama fulfill the promise wa fulfill ye hwe e-levy we ye fi hotel ye share your friend is saying betting tax here emission tax in we ni na o de adwuma no o ye adwuma no or reset mine no enti eno na ode atudwa no yes akwa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama hobium asema ode tu dwa efa no galamsey issues ekoso o man mu wakasa afa ho about stakeholders negotiation ye regulatory reforms no so opese omoye ene omo a me pacho bebre omo hwe mining equipment no so ombehwe say mining equipment no say ye chia ye bechi ene niema bi oso omo ye 7 out of 9 forest reserves ahroa no so omotumi a capture say sia no bi anhyema akonta mining mo ne ade nhyema mutu ni na so aka ode o say ade ayeye for galamsey manese no nti yenkohwe ono so mbra.
Protecting our environment, especially from the threat of illegal mining, has been a strong commitment. We promise to ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves and roll out our Tree for Life and Blue Water initiatives to heal and sustainably harness our environment. In the first 120 days, we've taken decisive action through a 5-pronged strategy to overhaul and sanitize the mining sector. This includes regulatory reforms and strengthening the law enforcement, including joint task forces, arrests and seizures of mining equipment, stakeholder collaboration, reclamation of degraded lands. 7 out of 9 forest reserves have been reclaimed. Illegal miners have been flushed out of these forest reserves. Concerning the ban on mining in forest reserves, on March 20th, 2025, a legislative instrument, LI 2462, was presented to Parliament to amend the Environmental Protection Mining in Forest Reserves Regulation. This amendment removes the President's power to grant approval for mining in forest reserves. I plan also to amend the Minerals and Mining Act 2003, Act 703, to completely prohibit mining in forest reserves. This would effectively, meticulously, legally, and entirely ban mining in our forest reserves. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has launched the Blue Water Initiative to restore our water bodies in collaboration with the Ministry of Environment. This initiative aims to train and deploy blue water guards to monitor and protect critical water bodies and prevent further pollution. At the same time, experts are working to clean up our polluted rivers. The Tree for Life Reforestation Initiative was also launched on March 21st, 2025, to restore degraded lands and combat climate change. This project aims to plant over 20 million seedlings annually nationwide, including through the One Child Per Tree policy to inculcate environmental consciousness in our youth. By combining enforcement, policy reform, technology, and community engagement, we're on track to reclaim our environment and ensure responsible mining for future generations, achieving the expected outcomes of reduced illegal mining, cleaner water bodies, restored forests, and stronger governance.
It is Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now watch him galamsey nsem no so watch him atre blue water gas for Jumedia or Mubedi so mo nsuo no so behwe se yehu se de chamfan esi river bodies no so a omo hohoro nsuo no anom hohoro gold no ese nsuo no cyanide ne ade hayen watch kwan omo fa so na me pacho bebre ombe bo ye forest reserve no ho ban ye papa strategies ahoro a omo di gu ho a galamsey ne betu so sa na eche se o mine aye free from illegal mining and one semni be na odia tudwa a me pacho bebre wo so wati bi no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama odio sai oye oka oyo nti ensem no eno na ode atudwa Ghana for mamu nim se 120 days na day ana 4 months na wenya no wabo adwuma wobeka so mbo adwuma na woboa wabo adwuma ye papa na we mu na say Ghana ye mbonsam yaka Ghana ye mbonsam enye obia say the New Patriotic Party MPP 4 ye mbonsam ye micro minority 4 omo leader so and re hu so omo so omo say omo ye press conference so said dia dio and say bi omo kanine omo nyo afenyo marking oye minority leader and re say bi ogina so kan am say papa nti wo mfa rade Marcos Ghana Water Company Limited abra we board member and also we board chairman. So na Marcos Electricity Company of Ghana no so we board chairman. Ni na won ferry and some who can grant so we share them na wusu and answer wo ferry and so atroni some obegina ho kan no. We dwen ho a wonti ase. Mama yanko the New Patriotic Party mom headquarters and ra akohwisem ne ntrobi omudie under 120 days. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enya yenhwembra
said that he was going to secure our sub-region and quote, we must work together to keep our sub-region safe, end quote. Yet under his own watch, Boku bleeds. Boku bleeds. The president offers neither decisive intervention nor compelling empathy. I repeat, today, Boku bleeds. The president and his government offer neither decisive intervention nor compelling empathy. Instead, This government has destabilized our armed forces, pegging seasoned, loyal, and trusted officers and replacing them with partisan subordinates. The fact is, the government is not protecting the state. The government is politicizing its spine. A commander-in-chief who weakens his own forces in a time of crisis is not a leader. President Mahama promised Ghanaians that he would act decisively and swiftly as our country's leader. In his mic-trumpeted social contract with the people of Ghana, President Mahama solemnly pledged, quote, ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves, roll out our Tree for Life and Blue Water Initiative to heal and sustainably harness the environment, end quote. And yet, illegal mining has flourished under his silence. Foreign nationals caught in Galamsey operations are deported, not prosecuted, contrary to the campaign promises. The promised repeal of the LI 2462 remains unfulfilled. The rivers continue to run red. The forests are gashed open. And the president who accused Nana Akufo-Addo's administration of inaction on illegal mining and promised decisive action offers excuses. The government's inaction on illegal mining is not just disappointing, it is a betrayal. While in opposition, the NDC loudly declared that if elected, they would impose a state of emergency to confront Galamsey head-on. But 120 days into the government, not only have they failed to do so, that they have completely abandoned the agency they once preached. Illegal mining continues to devastate our rivers, poison our land, and displace entire communities. The promised state of emergency has vanished, replaced by silence and inaction, while the sector minister sheds crocodile tears on national television over a sorry state of our rivers, forests, and farmland. This is not leadership. This is not leadership. It is cowardice dressed in empty campaign rhetoric. It therefore came without a surprise to the people of Ghana when recently, on May Day, organized labor, speaking through its Secretary General, boldly condemned the extent to which Galamsey is destroying our environment. In his inaugural speech, Mr. President declared, every Ghanaian has the opportunity to contribute to our nation's story, end quote. And yet, since taking office, his government has waged an unprovoked war on public and civil servants. Thousands of civil servants, especially the youth, have been dismissed, not for corruption and incompetence, but for getting employed by the state before his return to the presidency. In their place, party executives are being recruited. Teachers who were recruited and posted into remote communities to teach have been sent home. Nurses who were recruited and were in hospitals and at our health centers helping the poor have been sent home. Efforts to recruit more nurses have been put on hold. Those who graduated from nursing schools and expected to be posted are still at home, have become desperate. And we have a government that is rather creating more unemployment than employment. We say this is not inclusivity. This is not inclusiveness. This is ideological cleansing. This is not a present for all. It is a government for only the NDC. We have two Ghana now. Yes. The Ghana for the NDC, where only their party's foot soldiers enjoy, and the Ghana for others who must go through a bitter experience, pain, and misery. But let me remind Mr. President that in his own inaugural address, he called for accountability. and promised to fight corruption. Yet, as I've already said, journalists are being harassed. Opposition MPs, like my brother John Intim-Fojo, recently became a target because he had raised a critical national issue, which required the security agencies to engage constructively. They personalized it and they made him a target. It was an eyesore when they unleashed NIB officials at his residence, wielding guns and wearing masks. Did we go or did we come? What we are experiencing is another vendetta, and this is not justice, an opportunity for all Ghanaians, rather persecution. They promise constitutional reform, but we don't trust them. What they are doing is not constitutional reform, but they are attempting to create a Trojan horse for perhaps, if not lifetime presidency, a third-term presidency. Already, we have heard the national chairman of the NDC complaining bitterly about the internal struggle for succession. The NDC is abandoning governance and rather thinking of their party interests. Why would the national chairman, no less a person than Mr. Asiedu Nkatia, boldly go on radio in less than 90 days be talking about that internal problem? We are also aware that another group in the NDC are pushing for a third term for President Dramani Mahama. Is a reason why, instead of the promised governance and constitutional reforms, we are seeing a new agenda. What we know is that there is a sinister and diabolical plot firmly underway to tighten the president's grip on power and prolong his days in office. So they knew that the firmness of the Chief Justice will not allow this. So they started to unleash the attack dogs on the Chief Justice to try and clear out of the way so that they will have their way. But we, the minority, today tell the NDC government they will never have their way.
And some are rough and your marking Kana and Yensin who. Eh? I am running a Juma. I am right to say, her ladyship. Or suspension, your Chief Justice. On one case, I can't say, Mranya. And Timran a year, Juma. And Tanya, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Bonitim. Ebekasa na say o kasa na yempese o pese okọ another term nti no pese omuyi maame ni fi ho ene meka ho ni nyina enim maame na nkasa mredi no onu enim de nti no cho momoto wo say chi di sika no betua nuku ne ba na ono omutu kwan esa ma omo pe dem ne adro betua nipa na omo de petition no man fa nko na nado time anamunkai na nado time na de petition kwa na namfa anya adwuma. Na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama koye odi aye adwo make say nkofo guso omo twa maame no petitions enti de na ompese omo ka de na omo pese omo ka ebiom eye papa e friend saying so for your owo asole wo so for your friend say intim fojo what's when we say playing the buy obefa cocaine money laundry no mo de braba chirema wo si ntim fojo omo which hand why ne di ntim fojo eti na se mo kan ye no na ye se bra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama sa time no to eti kire say oh ntim fojo asem ya som obehwe na security agencies omo hwe omo matamos for sa na no omo no omo di nkomo na omo hwe say si omo hia wadwen because kwan ya ofa so braba kire na pentim fojo ebisa na no asem wo say ye di ntim fojo eti NPP time me catch omo say sia blue water river gas your mabe NPP fu ye bi na from ocean o say e de ade omo ye say ni wie omo ma che na omo kogu dem because na nam so omo ana sabi omo say ye river bodies ni ye streams ni nsuo ahoro a ekon omo ana omo ye omo ana na omo say no enti sankofo omo ye bi nso omo na omo kotena fi omo ama omo adwuma anye enti wo pese o chese galamsey na eden Mwankasa galamsey na mo ye mutum be ka kire say a community mind wo be kona chairman na oye head secretary a friend say a organizer na mo de party for say man no woni wanna report by Professor Frimpong and oye environmental minister or the betu just say His Excellency Nanado Dankwa Akufo, the former president in the backyard credit to galamsey wo what chebi menam kai what's no na mo kan sema it's magana ye and the Excellency John Dramani Mahama 120 days na ye dollar ya ye bi baby na see the depreciate ya says ya no see the nya hoden a akọ 13.6 no onye bi ye wa ha na walanchi eye edwumawura ye wa ha na walanchi national apprenticeship program ye wa ha na walanchi eye codes and then 1 million ye can send me bria say she make say women development bank eba asema afenyo makinke me nche Ghana fo be bi mfa eye afenyo makin ho afenyo makin pese ogidim afenyo makin pese omuka se o afenyo de oye champion ne meka ho enti sansem no okeka no njai kakra na njai ti yenye say ye so no so kra now a former speaker of parliament right Reverend Mike Ironkwe a question those omomo protesting na wakasa against a decision of a suspension of CJ no or say omo keep calm omo nya abotre because sabi asem no say ye ni ye ma ebe ye enye so asa na tie ono akasa asemi krafa ho musole ana mo kasa basa ni mo ka ho enye say ye mo ma so kra wo tie me a minority fun mama mo ma attention MPP fun mama mo ma attention CJ na nkasa age atum say wafom mama yen kohwe video na sama former speaker of parliament right Reverend Mike Ironkwe odi atudwa akache obi ase oh mo protest ye de munya abotre mama mo nkasa ntia mbra na idi ye adwuma na yen hwa ma ekọ mama yen tie mbra.
I don't believe there's any Chief Justice in Ghana who did not have some problem or the other by way of preference, whatever, with some 2-3 Supreme Court judges.
We'll come to that in the course of this.
Okay. It's not possible. Then you pick any 2 Supreme Court judges. Then you also can pick 3 other civilians, not judges, not lawyers, and so on, that you think can do justice or go into the matter. Then the 3 go and sit. The 5 go and sit. Judgment is by majority. So the 2 Supreme Court judges may say yes, and the 3 civilians, ordinary people,
they are no lawyers.
No. That 3 must hold.
Right.
Because it's a majority. And then thereafter, there is no appeal.
The matter is closed.
The matter is closed. I mean, my brother, if it were you, who would like to appear before such a court? It's ridiculous.
Yes.
I don't blame anybody. It's there in our law.
So therefore,
let me just finish this. Why even is it that Ghanaians have watched this being their law for so long? And some people who today are criticizing the system said nothing. They did not speak about this. When I was mounting the IEA Constitutional Review series,
right,
I wrote on all these things. I said, there is my paper already. It is published in my contribution to the University of Ghana alumni lecture on the Jubilee, which I gave at the Jubilee time, which I gave in the Great Hall in Legon. 10 years ago, I had written on this, and so on and so forth. Why do we allow such things to happen? And then we cry foul when it appears as if a particular best person is going to suffer. And this is what personally I don't like. Let us talk by the principle of it. What is good for the good is good for the Ghana, everybody.
See, former Speaker of Parliament, Right Reverend Mike Ironkwe, and also now question or the Atumuno, or say what is good for the Gandas is good for the Ganda. No one semna or the Atuja na or the Atu. or the atudra no massa. Inti ekwe enimno mo etene say the former National Signal Bureau boss asesi a wofa bebi obi e kanasem. Your friend Kobna Edujemfi watwe mumu through the lawyers. Or check kwanya or share fans or this best say the ma parties me pacho bebre ye charging for accusation ya de no enti wo hwe expenditure na eno na egu television so no me pacho bebre or church no enti fans disperse to other parties under NSB scandal. Parliamentary special sikoche MPs omunya allowance no no into year near 2020 2021 960,000 Ghana cedis description allocation under NSB Act 2020 for MPs allowance into description no so na eco committee a defense and interior committee no so mesana TNT 2020-2021 defense and interior committee sika ye de mo no 960,000 sika ko mo yamba 2024 ye 309,000 where a allocation under NSB for MPs allowance subsidiary and a legislative committee no so 2024 sika ye de mo no it found this best to other parties under NSB ye ka NSB na National Signal Bureau sika no so akọ mo no we ye sambo bomantimidin anti make us say idina sha say ba and na yegu so ekoye nenim no December 2020 7,285,000 sika no so omoye no allowance and logistics for elections description no purpose stability of the national and peace peaceful pooling and also eternal purpose just a moment no to so covered various personal and activities and no so ma abedo December 2020 December 2024 6,764,000 and also no allowances any logistics for elections me pacho edidemusa stability of the national and peaceful pooling and sana supported personal and logistics no so ya dia sika edubuahin says you fight back no also says ya baby I men go down men ko ya dia mebobo sika ne machirim enti wo so sika bia fa ho be fibi edubuahin onko fom ononko ono ina be fisika no enti de eteno no ko fisa waji sika ne bia ye na fako no obefi enti we ye eniema amount ni date ni na ban description purpose notes wachema odisika ni na ye anti enona egu TV screens no so no election operations anona ya classifying or political support we so September 2024 8,300,000 and on away US dollars so and the equivalent to US dollars and 500,000 US dollars 500,000 US dollars communication equipment for opposition party result coalition minim say enye dubuanche minim say sana aban mu yetumi yiska the more opposition and the purpose and communication equipment for opposition party result coalition and sana note no so promoting national stability cohesion political impartiality classified onona no so odi atudwa no nti message ya de opposition say wo so diskani bia wodin bebo ai when this na say no krese papai say nya dambo bi no obo no kind of credit ya sika no yobefe say wodin to me ba na yema mbra ye adwuma Dr. Dominic Anyani so bi adwuma discuss we say dia yen hwehwem na yen hu His Excellency John Dramani Mahama afi onso so nkwase asem so onso so sebro krata hye ni we so nti wo opposition and at that time no say NDC ayaba ba mu obi so ji bia moma munemu ni hyem no na yen hu meko because yen so once the kra no e fon sa ase e bebo odin na yen nemu ahyemu sensem bra ye adwuma ye remember running way deeper ma we hu meko nti de teno no me baby adru yen sembre ye beko aka baako akem yebekɔ yenim a security analyst a friend Richard Kumodo ono so aka nsɛm afa National Signal Bureau boss ne nsɛm ɔka no ho ɛfa no core mandate and engaging in on functional duties no so they are to also we breach this is a breach of decision making at the NSB woma yentie sa breach ni niema akoso abra Mr. Richard Kumodo security analyst or the atudwa
for it to be made public I haven't seen anything on the spreadsheet that speaks to classification or classified document. Particularly for those of us who work within the security intelligence community, we are aware of some of these transactions and some of these activities by the Signal Bureau. So I'm not surprised at all that it has come up. If you look at the transactions in the spreadsheet, it is clear that the decision makers at the Signal Bureau has veered off their core mandate and have moved into some other areas which we will call unnecessary. When it comes to a combined national security operation such as election,
right,
it is not the duty and the responsibility of any of the agencies involved to finance it. Those activities are usually financed from the National Security Secretariat. Unless the Signal Bureau on their own, they are engaging in a unique activity pertaining to what they do as a core institution of the National Security Council. So it is very worrying and it is very shocking to see that huge sum of money and is purported to have used to finance election and election-related activities. It is all bogged down to procedural lapses and breaches in the processes of decision-making, and I believe it is one of the reasons why he's being held accountable. You see, the work we do as security intelligence officers, particularly those who man some of these sensitive institutions, are very straightforward something. There's something we call the need to know and the need to share, and you ought to have known. It's a straightforward something. These are some of the difficulties Kandapa faced as a minister for national security. And anytime you hear many of these institutions changing their names, one of the predominant factors that led to the changing of the name and the new laws, which you saw the parliamentarians being given those monies, was to create a room for some of these financial expenditures. In the days of the NPP, you have a minister who is being challenged about who controls the purse. So what did he do? He went to change the law from Act 526 to Act 1030. That gave him the leverage to be the commander in charge of the finances. Then you have the Bureau of National Communications being changed to Signal Bureau, and you'll be surprised to know that the core functions are the same. Whether it's military intelligence or defense intelligence or it's Bureau of National Investigations or National Intelligence Bureau or Bureau of National Communications or National Signal Bureau, the core functions are the same. The predominant argument among many things those days was the spending officer. And you will be surprised that the job we do, it follows a standard procedure. So for the head of the Signal Bureau to be financing an entire operations that needed to be sanctioned one, and that needed to be, needed to be sanctioned and needed to be clarified,
right,
and accordingly by the National Security Minister, is a bit problematic. And I can tell you, these guys will not speak to these issues. In public education purposes, when the NPP came to power, there was a big man who worked at the National Security Secretariat as the Deputy National Security Coordinator, who was sent to prison for 5 years. And he was only released by the Akufo-Addo based on health grounds. And these guys who manage some of these institutions were aware of the issues that took him to prison. And yet, they had issues with Kandapa as to who controls the public purse. From what we are seeing, those hand out to political parties and those hand out to political aides of people who have won election or are in the process of winning election, is an old book play that you hand out some of those overtures to politicians so you could escape trial. And it is a basic standard procedure. If anybody tells you that the National Security Council Secretariat finances are not audited, there's a way of doing it.
Right.
But we are not the only one practicing democracy in the world. And we are not the only one practicing national security operations. I think the level of fraud and inappropriateness within our sectors is mind-blowing, and we need to do something about it. Else, this our democracy will suffer many headbacks.
The channel Richard Kumadoye, security analyst no ode ensemni na atudwa also we share asama kobne edu jemfi anase edubu ahin mo fenche me kobne edubu ahin all kana we bleach we because enya wo no so facility your friend say opposition parties. You can't do that. Enti ono ankasa na asem o ka no but media ma make kan say enye dambi na obo enya etibosem ka bi na oka na no crese opposition parties then be so omo musika bia because only party for any be breeding komo so abebre nya aware of what is going on party bia epe kwan fande ono ankasa moye enti se bi musu na bia ka show we should name them and shame them and go away na yehu se we na no so sa sika no enti sa so no obodama na yene na kwa psychiatric and anka for na yehuma ewom because asem na nya asem o say yeda so say sia na yesika mu oduro yesika esoso nte hia so say de ye na me de research o my Ghana ti sa na te dia ye ba hwem papa na and so Accra mayor of Accra honorable Michael Ni Papo Alote Ope Ketisi Korn chief imam nti make say fadama adia no so ekoso papa mo amope na sem na wo within Accra metro na mwetumi mu ni akire mo ho mayor of Accra and the okochia chief imam na bibia entumi ankon kansa baby adrian sembre papa anu manum ne drahwe na wa mama kwanche bebre wo ye bema na opese ogina so pemia obetumi aboa wo ye oba so na mepacho bebre ahemfie ho niam nkoyi a obetumi aboa wonim ye woniam se candidates na de ha mapa we your banner candidates ba ho cha etumi ma ahemfie ho nyehwem na nakra ba ho a onche na wape ba bia afa nti ema no so usi pisi to ba bi ho so onya atenkada me ka cho so ko papa e obotumi aboa ma ye osi akwanya ma se bi ade anyame ehia so de nso ukoma wo te de no ni na papa e betumi aboa wo mpe we no pede mama ma na kwa aba osa ye di for a prophet ba bebre nim menkwa na menim mama ma na kwa aba doctor agbozo akwa aba
mejo so okay
bibi aboko de
adomne nyama
me che nipa tu bi fi wase kropon bai ma momba ho na ho adanse die em say bibi na hwe oba mo ekobie branch wo se kropon
oni mugabe nyankopon shamo
na men sha wa sientio
recommendations na ba na no odin na agbozo herbal clinic de kan say wa oje wo bre na wo hwe me no mebuye papa nyame nhyira wonti ene ahamuni ho ayeni honum ena nwumre asem baako ena me bisa wo se sabio oye bema na wo hwe me a ye ka mema ana ye frɛ mema wo ka ho bi enye wona wo abetri enye ahofa enye tintini gram na mmom no unim asem a me ken se ye ka mema wo ka ho bi ana eno ne me questions Agbozo Herbal Clinic ena ebisa sa questions no na sa nsem we adoso na nsem empenyufo ni bi omo di 60 70 kono me front dog ye de atese ye siw di semfia obema wu nti ye de afane se ebema na wu Agbozo Herbal Clinic de bia me betena me ka kire wo se me pa wo che obema na enwu your penis no and die enwu na emom no until se we free wiase enu nti ne yemoto ne se no man has an expiring date be he so we ye bema pa na se wo hwe me ana se utie me ena nwumri na obema sem enye age no number we aso de bia me ka kire say age is just a number oba Agbozo Herbal Clinic any age limit ho no se wadi mfie se nti oba ma anya adwuma ko dabi oba nso aye wadansidie ene age se wo ho no mu a wanka se obehu say yes sa na empanyi ho adwuma ye power Agbozo Herbal Clinic enti mfie no adisen na say weak erection and say erectile dysfunction and all kinds of sexual problems be when you ufi say how prostate e ka ho bi sexual problems are prostate e ka ho bi ye papa it say all these kinds of problem na what solution na che which the clinics enkwa Agbozo Herbal Clinic de bia ye betra say say doctor ya de na ba akopɛ na because so ebodni e de kyerɛ wo ene mienu pɛ de yetumi sa ene ye ka ho asɛm ya de ayensa no Agbozo Herbal Clinic ye betra ha yenka ye se na ye the masters of sexual weakness sɛ ɛba erectile dysfunction premature ejaculation Agbozo Herbal Clinic me de me nsa bɛsi me bu onyankopɔn edi mu sɛ we are masters, we are the best. Intino kan ho na sɛ any kinds of sexual problems, say premature ejaculation, weak erection, deɛ say wo deɛ no kɔ baako ntumi kɔ mienu o de bosso within a minute about besin. The only place I'll be a solution. Our home beto uba Agbozo Herbal Clinic. The NTSC to an Amomba Clinic on the same. Ya dear no ye per se ye diagnosing you who sep dear in the ma would dear no ISM. If you say be one moonruna, what clinics na enko dear na man yes about Agbozo Herbal Clinic. Dr. Albert to me when you make a cram show a name with me actually say we your man will do not on man no sa problems never call Emma your pennies no and your independence let me perform very very well. Debi ameka se bema biano na wani munyam no baako pe na se ubenye ni munyam pa na kyerɛ sɛ obema no na edimu ntintiman sɛ woyɛ sexually oriented ana sɛ woyɛ sexually stronger ɛba saa no a ni munyam plus de ma obema biara enti bema bia wo hwɛ me a wo sexual life ayɛ basa no numbers na egu screen so no biba kyɛ fam bia na mmom no tumi sɛ yɛakyekyɛ numbers no kama de edi kan nkran number ɛwɔ TV no so de ɛtɔso mienu kuma ase na de ɛtɔso miensa tema enti me ba bɛbɔ numbers no o nkran ha no mu a yɛbɛn kwahyeman Chiefs Palace ne pay pick numbers no EPL team or radio so 0241 75 0282 any Accra had no 0241 75 0282 0241 75 0282 and now back Kumasi 0553 4177 52 0553 417752 and a tema your community 25 Savannah Junction Dowenya route and your wow afienya Dowenya ashama tema any important nyina move to me a friend 0557 40 2696 na yemma yade bi te say yade ba ko Agbozo ye bo homodin pa no koko Irene nakrana ye friend hemorrhoid Agbozo Herbal Clinic ye ade ye papa uya abofra uye penyi uye oba uye berima na uja onan na ukokobu epiba anase koko aba bofia oto ayeko na moja pai na eba one me dry ye ho dry to me ko Agbozo Herbal Clinic ye we dro ba ye be ma ebe pia koko ne front ma pia ukokobu na kwa kushim kama wow hemorrhoid problem koku a uja onan na ade na ba be hye woto gise odi wonsa epia ansa na why free no Agbozo Herbal Clinic say fasa problem ne bra hemorrhoid problem ne be mu drum one me be ka koshim nyame admo chena Saturday me tra se na ma ye adwuma me share adwuma ase 7:00 AM na yapon 5 PM tebiara da ye adwuma from Monday ekoko pim Saturday Sundays na after church ede na wotwe ya mfa problem na mra Dr. Agbozo na yensama Agbozo Herbal Clinic ye moto ne yes no man has an expiring it is a hemorrhoid team ye hemorrhoid kokobu ena hawa me pacho numbers na wo screen so no ubetumi afre na one akasa me pacho number edika ni Accra ye ben kwahyeman Chiefs Palace na pe 0241 75 0282 0241 75 0282 ena Kumasi o hwame Kumasi aye wo dichem so May 5 Old Insurance Junction ye wo Kumasi May 5 Old Insurance Junction Kumasi dichem so ena yo eni nkramofo asore dan no ena edi hwani mu Frey 0553 41 77 52 ena tema yewo community 25 Savannah Junction any Def Trackle Estate ena edi hwani mu pe tema anase community 25 Dowenya Road no be frey 0557 40 26 96 and infections are who do you know oba bozo herbal clinic yebe show yebe treat you kama say odi ni nsuo na egu bema ojo nso a emu ya uya ensansan bi aba begu bema no ho ni nyina no eka ho ema sebe utumi adwudwu ewo mpemu nti se wanya infections bi no wan treat ni ya ni nyina to be cause hormonal imbalance ewo system no mu ema saa ne ama we no etete wo wawade ene mpratwi bi nti se oya brantie oye papanyi na o sexual problems me ba to agbozo herbal clinic the treatment no ewo yenchen yesi tu anamo na bra yenchen na beji ayaresa enkran ye kwashima na ebe kwashima na chiefs palace na ohunti na de biara da ye ba betena hasini eni wedding ko afa ye numbers afa obi won ma hwe ye mfim mienu miensa ena into insianie still onye na adwo bi tu anamo yade ba ko ya hano odi akina anu aduru ni ho bragbozo herbal clinic na nyankopon adom ye be mu aduru be no be free ho say prostate enlargement ye be boawo and sisi yade problems biara hawa fast sexual problems bia ho ye be eboa ocho nso apampan ewum be ma bi won ma sebe ne ho ebesane na onya severe pains and sana sebe ne cement na ba wakwa akoye test yes o low sperm count oba fibroid ewo yem ama untube nyinsen de bia na bebi na mo yem a fabra gbozo herbal clinic enye surgery na mum ye be mo adro be na fibroid ne nyina afru yem me say hemorrhoid no nyame adoma me say this week ko nyina no hemorrhoid ne be hwe ne ye papa enti se uwu kuku bia awe na achi wo so waya enko ehyewoto e mata atrase kra ya odin be pa cho o nkran ya frɛ number we 0241 750282 o wa kra frɛ 0241 750282 o wa kra ha frɛ 0241 750282 ɛna o Kumasi a your May 5 Old Insurance Junction. A me is 0553 417752. And at Tema Community 25 Savannah Junction. Ye Def Track Estate in a D honeymoon. A 0557 402696. Infection say to me abobi so bu on ma na ISM kukudwe na mo e ba yo adware kro ho be keka basa ni nyina ya infections ahodo una ma hoto na ukwan minimu ene ade na waso timi nyina keka ni nyina no wo de be ba gbozo he ba clinic ye be boa wo ye papa entime pa cho se owo any problem bia ya bobo so bi me pa cho bia ba ko ya gbozo na empanyimfo na make say age ne de numbers e de ma gbozo he ba clinic ye mfa age enye adwuma ya so ye na mum no se wo ba ye ma hunu say yes treatment papa yeden e wo ho nipadua na enam ho no no sebi impredua se yade bem no nya dro papa de kana enche na nipadua na respond to treatment enam se unshare dro papa na unya clinic papa entina eye wo se sexual life no that is your end me pa cho membre no ayebe numbers na egu screen no so me pa cho fa ebu biara ne to anamon nyakopon ya admo chena Saturday kura ye trans 7 o'clock e manopa ni upon 5 p.m. Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday ni nyina na bozo he back clinic se brad ambia no na on some yade kwashima 0241 750282 Kumasi 0553 417752 and atema 0557 402696. May I say so same time next week.
Okay,
yeah, better.
Papa, Dr. Bozo na yatin and Kano. Abra or de ankomo homa pom den hon commoding bray. Maybe I will be at Anamona do where na on to Mimbo na osoju hun fi a yare ahuri nemo. You better not papa, baby Edri, Yankwaja boa from Kratso Bakumi no miensa. Yaba. Yebenya editor-in-chief the Hawk newspaper yebeten in Charles McCarthy saso na yebeti kojo yeboa so yebeten in ka or a former youth organizer ayawa so West Wagon NPP or sanso ye spokesperson nima ordinary Ghanaian anti yekoba yebedin komo mayen congress here.
Missy Menanum. A group bassa abi brabro tibedo himlenu. Na ma premaye.
As for me, I take very good care of my grandkids. Ye dear grow na ye sa eduru mre bi kra na me ba no timede omo be gumi so weekend no.
Hey, mumle.
Memre. I don't think I'm catch o say. Ya no medi garlic capsules. Poso nyina ebesisi so kama. As I stand here, My doctor said my whole system has improved very well.
Medi garlic
capsules. Yes, Medi garlic capsules.
Oh,
Medimosis garlic capsules. Wa mamoja di nipadua mu afurusani ye na esiesie oba ne barima mahona wodin. Ubenya edroyi bi ato omanyi mu pharmacy store frɛ wo 050 349 4885. Edroyi enye mamofra enye ndi fie dumienu. Apemfo ene emma emanofo. Medimosis wunni how FDA agidwe di nkra to yi ato.
Mido, Ghana Biana. I'm going to you about this every time I just say, baby, shit. Mangashi.
Junior! I'm saying so enough for me, do you know? Sister Cospa, it's a winning gas. I'm using the why. My wife.
Sister Cos. Use gas. Gas ye fast, ye easy, ye convenient. And wow.
Let me see your hand.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 GA West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary. So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting. They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have yourself.
Yakwaya ya sign ababiom TVXYZ na uguso wohwe woso awutie Power 97.9 FM yema akwa ababiom baby edri de ensame gubamba so na yeba ebedi eho enkomo yewo eye kojo yeboa waha oye former NPP youth organizer ayewa so West Wagon aye constituency the only elite constituency in Ghana ana Where's Africa now? You yate. Sounds so you're a spokesperson, the ordinary Ghanaian, and see ha. Sounds on a young editor in chief, the Hawk newspaper. Yeah, Charles McCarthy. Me kuku da me no amudi ahyiache. Me mo makwa ban penfo.
Yeah, you so ken.
Na bibia boko de.
Nya metias.
And there ye huta crowd fire wa ha. Na ehu enanaso gojo ohini de debe na enkobo wechi dom
mesel bachopa enye nu se de mbesi ohini emre no so se nyame se de mbesi na debe mesel pa
mate
se kwadi aduma na emre
lazy high
posters
Which one I am, bro?
Posters of Kogara publishing.
Me promise, me old boy, if you me want to put some print me posters na me. No one week in no way in a year.
We have in your na triba board member.
Do print so simple. On the simple number.
Me no yes so machines na
so
correct. Unia o muse ni nya.
The
election there be.
Is it? That's saying I what to say.
Kim ye.
Who's a no kasamo ordinary Ghanaian na says ya Ghana for saying Mahama 120 days yonder Mahama who saying a crum to saying and say about
Kim me fa kwenye so na me chat for ni ahwefo. Said they were when me crum the crum ye. Because unse sikane petrol ni do say na makrum ni matimi cost what was say some no ka say $1 nam what the form say flat on 13 plus them say chabe na
13.6
acha 2-3 weeks what be 10 we omo de na back say kufa be no de kwanimu
ya reset gan
we omo reset back say
yes am bogus ni dwo
na wom de so munya correct mu go outside o ye tia na ye spend this kana ye bre no ye pesa de na from ni nipa wontimi nto no mumu de mu ho na mu de kakra bi ba pesa ga de ketu be na obeto cement bag bebre na ga wo de wonane a bebre nya no na ye at least mu fo obuo mu ye so e wo han te boga fo de mu dwa mu forget kra e na me no ka se num se kin me so use small car bi ko de nkura bi mu se fu na ba form
oh yes
ato mu sa ba mu nyina nam 12 mu nyina nam mo nam sa allied money we mu nyina mu nam 12 correct o mo anom so no kra ba 13 ti petrol ba form ti ama Ghana ye and one they say they akamu kakra ne say a light of no and no affect Ghana
and me hu bibi ECG say ene e be kwa afie wie omgusu ba afie wie de no mo wie bibia and me hu
month we mu ne wo no
ye wo me
and aka how many months be kwa afie
aka 7 months
e de be na say nko e be 7 months me mo nyesa because what I say yeah but you promising ye madodo na and na me da bia me kan obetra ye kan ubonse bi ono bia na gi minister ho ma na ne buofu ye beka we buy is of your ministries are or more than work from power 1% you be at 30-35 energy ministry
because challenge
and one challenge
no
kwaba no for attack
energy sem na engage nti challenge wo say yeti ase kakra
ye wo position na ni ya cassette to a machine mu niam nyina fixing some few minutes no ye kwa machine anyone bim challenges there honum etinti dey use ranking no
omode 14% ato so on so metumi
eno kra ne kum Ghana for eno kra na mo anya de
omu hiyeska
e ho kwa na diska be fi aba e ho pe ne Ghana for benya ska ne benya tax benya ska fi no enso say the 4% penalty come on to so munya ne nkakra unu say electricity na nkase ho no nipa ntimi ntoda do nipa ntimi ntua etu ko ba bi ti say fadama ala joni ni madina ba bia yamfa no see no motete no ubon say illegal connection ya ne ta akoso pa
na so hu tamale dia no
me say
o cha bi abosun bi otua 1 cedi
onu so de onye correct ano odin what you say
Ghana ha be bia illegal yi wo pa tamale
enti no ade no man ye woman ba fom a na obi atimi tua ye benya scam mo
14 ye ntua bi mo de be ye adwuma kama
ya ndia 14 enye den me no work as a parliament house omo de ka da bia ya omo de ka omo de ka billions of cedis ya nye no companies aka send this kaka
ya nye obeka ya mahama ka so kodum
what must say na odum na odisi odum no we omo na mo hyemra na mo nimra so ade na ezi kwase num eti the American say energy ministry en hye ho no nye papa na anu ye ho no ma na etu amika kodi container chi e obola so ye chiri ya ene containers ekosi sai ya nante ball iswa
so
ya mo hwe ni omo ade no mo ye wo hwehwe na so wo hwehwe dem make sure say wo hwehwe de na Ghana for wo say ade na wo hwehwe no wanya no poma sibre omo hwehwe ekosi say wo say be 2-3 weeks use agiegu energy will be beyond masu bia nkoye makacha osa meme electrical technician managers na more district na ade no dodo na be sabotage o enti wa ba omo engineers na go your engineers so omo field wo ye changes ukwa wa nya kra de obenya kofi go honum obenya yakubu honum ye changes honum omo enya managers wo de adwuma no because ye nim ne da wotuma se moti won me kan da bia ba keso wo ba na wo boy energy minister ye mo na chi o ade ne nkoye sector bi honum auto honum o se kwabra mi kan akando yeah, man, the minister, me will be an amendment support one. Let me find this as a physician. So prove me wrong.
On your health expert in tea.
No, me who are deal between a deal or expert or war between the
share Jumanas
or share Jumanas. Miss me wrong or boy Jumana be BS. Baby, I won't give you to 2 years. What must say? We are not doing any Greek ministry. The way you might question near the Encrophone ministry, me never can say communication minister, but you'll be in check as and command some George Jata. When you say Niaman Koyo. Which power FM now for we were a Ukraine penko when you want menko. Just a network na data ufro bi anko bibia basa. Ejuma say dem communication ejuma dem awi. EBS 9 numo and the main one no. MTN and the abem for so no name. This time you are resetting. You resetting it there. Munye mu na munye mu there.
So gina MTN for no so.
Gina wo mo so.
Omo ya omo network ni.
Se niema no na so che omo delete bi system no. The system ni omo ten by heart. Who for so be e wo so data no. E beto twa no so the whole day. Wuntimi nya de kra wo pe be so na sa. Wotuma se. Baby be great akra han me wo kwa benyamo. Wo kunya du kwa benya area wo ye kwa enko. Wo fe obi enko. Eye mo aba. Ya buy say reset ya kichem no mo your communication mo your ranking member mo the ranking sana mo the appointment ni na mo nya abonti for na nya bi NDC for expert wa abonti papa mo the parliament ranking mo wan ya nya bi wotuma say mo kokoji ade no so a ebinim die nkoyie ebinim omo gu hifa so wotuma say ba ye say sheba na mse to yire fie no broni photocopy machine no utie wukra no wo ya na so de atoso no wa print wotuma say now so the ayade etu ba no photocopy machine utie wu no enu nti ne de ba ye etu wuntimi nya bia no print now so copy now the what must say NDC manifesto mu kire ye election mu kire omu ka say and this is see mate president say wa man instruction say omu ntua e first year for na omu sika omu ko ye
wow ya ji usika bia
na no minister ko tran ho say da bi ontua ne nurse wo ko wanimu anu odi ama sa na ye ka say be manifesto ne nim
na wo
ye collection no hifa no wa blockchain san ye collection no ade bi won ma de ne da ne kwa mu amom ye nya ntere de tie na no mampani ne hihye no krofo so papa ne so be say odi so ade ne so we willing so be di ade ne so sa no person ye no ye de ade ne ba moma na mototo papa so ye ti kro we mu ne se na ayi for we ayi sa ayi school for me from teachers training what man say
license
yes ye ba ye betwa mu straight e manifesto ni mu na no minister ko gina ba bia wo so twa na wo feli kra ba reset wo pesa a reset biem sa na ne wo manifesto ni ya the education ho ma eniema wo na fe de wo so ba ye no wo kra different thing kra na wo ye no wie na se sebia nya do wo de bi ka wa fine bad obi anim se say no mampani kan ne de mumie ni so de nya pepepe what ma say et ministry na other ones no mo ya de how she Kofi Amabo amo ni ade they are performing o ministry to obi ade da from do na perform kama obi nim so de enso ni what ma say wo hwe serious na a bet at best 90% omo ye djuma pa serious no on performance e better than ministers no
obi say ye nua Kwaku Asafo Agye
na Asafo we fantastic what ma say what ma say edu gita maklo what ma say mago mo en chese me dream Erika J what ma say omo bodjuma won Sami Jemfi obi a sector what ma say na no do a combat call a pepepe to ye dey ne to open ne petrol no cafe from say team what ma say ne ye bia dey kwi wo ko boss to abrante no say boys ni ye djuma omo badjuma omo nya djuma no say omo nya djuma what ma say
omo break akara
emra no de be ma mo wo bi ko ye no badjuma na de na wo de wontimi mo djuma Mary we see kwan wokoko yi ko head wo we wono
boy adwuma pa
what am I say omo yade omo nia bre me we be to send this woman organizer say ya na no beef ni ade sometimes baba bi ani koto ye wuta kodo no yi na America
no na say obi person o man
we too much we are no be bribe na wa anyi no enkrofo bi esi wo so dom come sector eniema bi enkrofo bi omo ye sure say bribe ni fa bi mre omo what am I say na no man police make statement kakra bi nra so statement man shada antiase and then me descend the TV so one penny so show Faster House baby obi o hwe me busansa anya bia o se obi be che wade a na nye more than me want to be che more than 20,000 it is a ne me bro kiniko ya 20,000 what am about 20,000 one more limitation one kire year no obi betima I receive what the sen and no answer was down and down san obi window num so uban wo men pie fa window num o masa
empeni
emran ye de anu
man penika
nya hini ne adi o
ankasa
we nya hini o we ya mran ye de ade etu pe so hye mran ma odwuma efo a mran na wo hye no make sure say obi obegusu bia be we no 20,000 7 for 21,000 no me 20 be bro ne exam the 20 bro me be bro the whole year some dey bro year no say no obi betima receive as adiche and then so those things that's all the ba na microphone na show mas me no man pani nya ne microphone say wo mo ye angelo abonifo na o mo ti say ayi adibo ahin no a mo di sika eso o mo di chiche microphone no ebi wo man pani amamu no utima say etu wo hu ni say microphone bi nye na obi say akwa bi o ha on next week e ba na edin nsem baba ko afeni dozi ana no odin on o hia reshuffle utima say o ba ye nche so timi sign contract or backdate no san microphone we ni mu no ye say your fee system so at the end of the day what must say sir when mo na ma percentage adbe mo mampani o mampani ka 100% ko twa no say say on nam 95 what must say e hono on nam why adwuma wa bo ne microphone reset back a craft niema ministers ne performance en so ni ye e big so ni san meka no see wo for ne ya de che ministers ne be performance nye yet kro we mu ayi akoya no police commander no Ashanti region abrokwa eniema boni e wo Ghana nyina ono lead oni akufa adom ati ona ne lead wo ye mountain minister wo ba na kofa nso me deputy ai CID Accra hanum how aboko anya fitam na soko me mami nkasa me mami na mfa no si me di manu si yeti kro we mu ye ni ti wa e kwa fa so promote ne kwa mo di nipa fa so kro we mu akufa ne kwa no na ba sa na mami ko du so won COP wo ba we nya training school na soko kira de woman so adiko ministry or interior okay there one
advisor
or advising who what you say one wa bun some advising
yango to planning and research
there be never entertain or be a opponent what must say man kwai no nko na chi what must say mo dem crofo ne ben mu appointment be bre ko ho ni nyina anya papa wo dey research o mo ye hwa GP we bae wo say research on ka ho pa no mo research IGP for be transform your kidnap microphone ke ko takrade atuna ye hu we kidnap microphone de ko Nigeria timi ko gide ba wo ba ye hwenwuma wo ye nhihya wo ye badu utiwa no tietie wo so tietie from na akwa utimi so ne boss no conflict bi o hono nkola conflict eni ma sisi so sa what must say ye pese de makati tra ha wo se de bi man ntra fa we tra ha sa ne ma we na se timi transform mampani ma na ni ko ho no to ne ma ye interior ho nya de ketwa what must say Nicholas, amamu we mama nche o. See the enema be dia go because say e 2025 dia. E see to tu enema nyina to say the reset na ekoi. Obi a wonye bia ye ntimi 2-3 years and say reshuffle. You make sure say be reshuffle in there. Wo ka say obi one must ko janwe appointment unya bi. Me nya bi enka. Me mama ntremu sa ba wo yade na nya ye be kan say the tie.
Okay. Emeda eye kojo ye boase ni intro no. Mama fa happy birthday. Amodu Emfema Elion Papa eye kojo Asari Asante Elion Papa kojo Asari Asante ende ye wawoda we fi Mr. and Mrs. Asante many ebusheni na ho ye say we love you dearly and remain blessed inti Elion Papa kojo Asari Asante Elion Papa kojo eye Asari Asante eye mo happy birthday. And if you knew one chamoda to so mame, but he knew also a young queen happy birthday early on Papa Kojo Asari Asante. We if you Mr. and Mrs. Asante ni Busiani na ho almost a moment tinkwani na beyekese na bibien to min konkai papa my member also we intro also ka cry 129 yesimino yes
Namencha Tifo no Wafo.
Obiajo so.
Na Memao Yako. I said,
Olumai film.
Hey.
Wo de buy na my edi mesre sem so papa ti ase.
Won say minimum.
Olumai film.
Oh, where they could do
in the week pepe no.
Where did you meet papa film the people na puna akola 1987. Na o cameraman put people na enwo no. What must say? The papa we ya che papa.
And when you why in 10.
Yes, me ma me no we 10 years in here. Yeah, and bi wom.
So film 5th on the 5th of June.
Any way
year be call almost 40 days.
40 days. Okay.
A year in the be September.
Okay. And the 40 days. 40 days you na be call. Yeah.
Nicholas. Matcha wacha Tifo na Afro no. Na me ni issue bebre. Raja said to na kwadwo kan no.
Bo betumi sikwa mu akọ 120 days.
Ministry back bi me bi omo ni suban cheda enkoyi okay sa adewi there is a policy bi double track and by my say double track about betwem na your single track education minister we will share your book by April betwem April do you know what trim with the 2027 on Catherine Trey monhwe ni omombe bo aban we no bi no oma ja manifesto na to baby eno mo kan egu omutim aze amamfo ntimi ncheche mu manifesto no wo ho they say we you afia just go back na kofa manifesto na hwe wo sector ne omo kan aye ni nyina what I say enti wunya kwanya so be ka bibia fa unya wo ye ho a it must be in sync with nya manifesto no pepe asomni ho energy there
ana maka say lady no challenge
I see a kind of creature downfall so mu go so what bana 1346 containers ayira men check ane mai so wuntimi
no wa check am
na 14% na fi
on chone de wum say
na light na anazembe na ukai jabu na bu say ECG be catch us wuntimi engine light wuntimi engine sika na business prepaid na ye use it is can fine a prepaid obi afia use prepaid me boa na ja postpaid use and why would you tell me say usa sika na ye use prepaid no and de wuntimi say what is that kokwana story mama amenyin to I won't take it because fear be a prepaid in the to essence. And today, no more chairs or Muntimenisca. There's so much 9 billion or more 1. There's near inefficiency. Don't blame it on me. Mucontainers are Yamamun check on my 346 among coffee. Namun can fear so you petrol bia because a name of quay $1 yes stable. A broche phone of Mada by a informal. Tia there comfortable dollar no comfortable no ya ni agi what I say petrol work form amount form to drivers ehun ha mo obi aye okay ntwa mo mfasa na marketing kitiwi eme haye 120 Nicholas meme de 120 no na me ni say 120 no don mama manifesto no enema 25 pe and where you there to address so say within the first 120 days no obey what I say enti 120 and now 25 I didn't know so obey no say we share edo so a why 18 and a cut 7 and yes one fan in san kan omo ye hu adwuma enti a work in progress they say be assessing based on the 25 items in there and they make market say why any now because dollar we nka ho unsi dollar nka ho petrol prices are stable na nka 25 no ho abrowan nkran ya kutu o mafi wo na nim oh galam say ntokwa na o moku no mako potent e wo forest wo na o mutu galam say yes aso no na nka 25 no ho we nyina waye enema dodo na waye but near kamemem kwa dia me na me 25 now anka operation recover all loot ebe take center stage but this time ya sasia na da ayi 37 DVA la asase kotu ofa bia na ye dia ma okwabrani let's see a asase no because nyansa bia ni Nicholas see aban me wa asase da 37 wo ha na aban sa wa asase da ye friend atomic energy na aban akotwa asase na ma see adan ma police for never ji we arrangement ben what arrangement is that what I say and it's a CAG children's park of Maton a contractor newsroom to on ko hun ko yen e see timiji your TV channels aban national security TV channels GBC TV channels radio frequencies are ya trauma manfo at that time but this time see timi recover ni nyina what I say so when mo ye niam esese yetimiji amanfo abia abokro no ye ni tua pefe so mabokro no esi yetimi recover we hwe amanfo dodo ne nam ga na eno ana ehi omu si ya gi sansa ase na maban na ya gi ne amanfo awia manipa na eno because o promise ya reset say reset ni ya one and operation recover na ho no recovery no mi hu na ni so yi I can't see the recovery well because Uber recover na ngeze airport I see a reset airport airport reset na nkoso me hu o press ya impress nipa no wo na wo hono I say other people are still occupying positions how do you reset so what promises reset na nipa na ba wa ba na wontimi ni sa manfo nteki position a wo ya reset be enti hono mu etosin I say a man for that so bench pa a man for the bench a mrantia bojuma the bench e musu
kukuba the bench kukuba
mo se mo nya abotre o nya abotre obi agi pay 4 months ni obi njibi unyina na akoko ebi akuntokwa nsan bi obi agi 4 months pay obi nji ba akopɛ o ka wo se nya abotre o nya abotre nkosi da ben o ka kwakuba hin ye kagalam se amanfo di kwakuba hin video sa chinga na ha nyina si kwakuba hin si na mo ba ye be ye galam so me wa e ba ye eche kwakunya bi tivani nya bi we your friend dey kobi ballon aba dem boni no mo ye
Edwasari
justice Edwasari nyabi akuga nyabi come from port boys wo krom boys enam krom ebizu be ko publishing ana kinu go be ko yin ze ni ebeche publishing enti amanfo esu nti wo reset within 120 days no and it's so ka ho bi important boys de ni o menye biedi because come and amanfo di na nkrom ha
come mo
na come ni musai come wo nti wo che no na mo acha mo bia na obi anya bi na obi aho ato no eno ana ye kwe that is the most important thing dollar be come for na dollar come for na reflect or pocket dollar go for dollar come for me see you know petrol come for now and reflect here you are not feeling it obi a person or feeling the impact of this administration so I'm feeling the impact now portfolios na wo na mo ntiche na on farmer boys no obi antina amanfo no mo aja first selection no do na mo no ma reshuffle grab bank but this time do June as system be coffee because they are proposing they are not for the cause agenda no mu kromo mu personal agenda any dru anu we yom esin chembo ko mu zo nkotna bench na from ma kwan di damu bebre kwan di dam Accra Ghana Libya Holdings say MPP parliamentary candidate na Vrogo Central that's what honum I say ene binum so wo ho CEOs ni bia yo mo nsi o ye mom instructions o mo mfa ba fast talk papa no on file instructions or file say na papa ja pade I say o ye work campaign enti no onti obia otonofo a onti ye man instructions are onye adwuma no so edoso sa na gaming committee papa ne ye ba say ono wa reset no I say ba fast talk and papa no won admo no we retire soldier wa retire akotena fie be ya retirement kura cho anka ideally no ensese ye ma wadwuma wanye dwuma fa young boys no mo meye dwuma wa ase awode wo se wompene. Who does that? Na moti ho hwe no
apart from the busianfo
moti ho hwe no why obi na akokunto ye ko election wa ni na poster bi aso obi a hu be bia na wo UK ene bae no ma hu mo bo no mudi bi ama boys o ma bre no so ya recommendation no
no be recommending
party are recommending boys are causing for madness men for maduma na order so ti ho okra no position. Who does that? Felix, no, what me my recommendations? My wembe ye PR, public affairs was a company. I have somebody. You have who? Who was somebody? Who coalition? No coalition need you come before for me my say their own penny. Is it that person like this? Yen chief of staff we no one man letter so Kofi. You better assign no. Assign. No do be a bit now no wa ye dwuma. That is how you do it. Na ye kwaya because man for boys bread. Boys bread. Mama my boys nin tin sikrum. So boys ti sikrum be hardwin. Enti animu ya mpanyifo nso ade na no. E de be ka kire mu. Omo mu ntimi nka wo, bo mu hia ya so omu su. So aba. Obe de na wotimi chena kwakuba nti bench. Boni ben na kwakuba ni da ye ndisi. Boni ben. E na chief van pen e obi awaware bibini.
So neja.
Enu sa hun prepare hun tete ma tete ni sama wagu aware no. Ma tete no
go no about TV so go try camera.
Ma go ma tete no too much na native van you awaware bibini. Ochina
Facebook live.
To say MPP titi afiakoto na NDC titi vani asem MPP titi afiakoto na NDC titi vani enti tintontan ya twam o ma janso are still titi vani that to bench
what about Facebook in abro
o person who say oni na jai o person who say aware no wa gunu say wa gunu ria na adura obadwuma so kama no he was in charge of the
committee no that one of the
special operations aba waye we nyina wia entinu tivan do nyaki to abia enye
on be baby na
one be baby ati una ocheche position no mo mfa ne nko publishing no because no dey company udi ni ko Ghana publishing na ya da
posters obabu ami
ude o papa unu process na ude mo na only be ya
magati mi ntwa wano wo de hwe radio stations ya mo boy adwuma de man NDC now the chef woni toto hanum TVSYZ na busianfo wi anu akwa radio good wi anu akwa hoto wi anu akwa Kra FM squad we na ya adwuma ni nyina o ye prefer e be fit the other place no a second deputy Bank of Ghana what man say me afa obi afio no so nko PR ma ema pa kwasi ye to aba mi kura pa kwasi ti Facebook so di o mampani John Dramani ma amatem enne wono
evidence pa kwasi no
ko ni Facebook wo on pulling down podudo na da so ene du Ghana fo nyina nim sanyo no wode to anu nko anda ehwe what man say wono ni ti di o mampani atem na obi atimi akọ Bank of Ghana so ye madamfo e ba ni ntie ni mfemfa nko spokesperson umma NDC ni so bre ya wo so nko ayi Ghana Post enko onongo spokesperson Ghana Post and never want to postulate and never want to postulate
EMX ni adin
when was last time I branch bay
EMX
Ghana Post nka edoko abato ampanka ye send obenya namakofie ka obenya namakofie otima se na mo ye djuma free so abepem fam radio station dudu anyina hwem hanum yenyi nipa ba kumpo mfi ha yenyi bi mfi ba kumpo na nhye microphone kuran se wo bai menam wo hye omo bia reho cameraman no omo obi afon mupo adwuma mo ya for man ka mo ba power
be na king kodwo bebe
eti da be na betimi do bi mpo akoto baabi na ya rechichire mpo mo NBC radio stations no omo nya appointment nyina ye Asempa Joy anyway omo ko on TV 3 busuafo na mo eti da bia na be betra radio na TV so be ka Eto mampani nti ye campaign na pamfo no mu hu. No mampani hu a. Wo mampani hu an.
Omo kabrofo na mo ka.
NDC for do say ne kabrofo. Ghana ha upe bojo for no NDC members. Do say ne kabrofo. Wo pa mo fam a sabi enkrasefo sabi omo de omo da fam tu a NDC for first omo graduate pa no mo langas. What ma say? Ene ne nyam kupa dum omo graduate ko omo animu radio station e mo nkrofo dia. Mama nkrofo bre na no de ha ya. Ye campaign den with other stations no. Now omo kabrofo no against NDC. Ye wie ni am appoint on e de mamu. Eti saa na yebesa akobiem. Election ba kro ha ya na nsan ya o. Musin na no kan NDC mabudi ya papa because local for ni nya bi eno motima he local for no. International ni bu de man no ebi na no we ka ofi UK ba ni bofu kro kan local ni nti. Wotima say. Wono ofi ni man ba e do kan ponti ase eni woni ni pakro na no na make me fi am ko epene nkro for attack me. Wo ya appointment say o check your appointment we fam no obi onye party ni. Na no me ka me bo wedding operations be bonding kofi bo ache ne nkofo nyina frefre me adam bondi ese bondi opposition de ma efie ni opposition de ma bontin so ni because all people for them lord coming to be the certain party boys ni na party na yanko gibi bi fi heaven o ye ne kofi ni wan kofi ni puli branch ni bi no ni mobi anti wo ko so PNC ni o CPP ni o approach na sa petitions ni ko first house apart from so be do zebra ana be hu sa ma mi an wo wadantai wo ma maka ni obi na hu na woni mo women international players ne do ma beguo e be na party that must survive etimi mo appointment ese mo hwe ni ye na mo tu feed party for no mo fom no mo to mo nem na me no ka say mo ye sure say betima sa akọ NDC program bi a wini batakwa na atakwa da na kumaze mo be sa so machine sakoda biom ye call rounds the whole Ghana be 3-4 ya kwa ye we tachima ye program osuro ye program na langas fa be bu fom so mba be kuyen ye wie ya ni ye pekasamafo akọ Bank of Ghana akọfa pakosi na makati da so the Hawk newspaper a week and this from Tobi blue and white mon Tobi utima say say juma we ni say betre mu ada collection bi mu ana na mo nya ne say o ro puto mo na fi onchi so de bom mo mankrofo na party fo nya bi ni na kufa de co-opposition onu na busuafo ne nkrofo bi mo nya bi ani o abane po mo anko utima say eni kwese NDC de ba NDC election we bonus joma ma de we bonus eso obi ti ba be 8 no bi be 8 at least about 20 years no obi 8 so no mo ti ba reset Ghana ye na se be ko ni say dia kinu adding wo kan ni say obi ti ba say o amrante we die won bo ye chie mo chi o ye pese mo krani na di na Ghana fo ba bia no krani wo utima say ye Ghana traders anyone says yeah reset we bottom can say reset what must say anyone say a lady or a FM what about program ne can no tunu o kwa everybody na majako en kran now ne kanim ne popo oba ne be say o kwam because I said ko jani chance na de do medical jaw ewusie ne bro so na we yenti ma meet radio so aye de dey na ne kan kra wo mu wei oba nkro wo mu di ante but can we say can we say mo am na wo di den say nyefo man wanantia enti ade be nfa da ba na mu nso mbetwika da be na mu ba ma microphone so ayi nipa mu ade mu reset nipa nfa o yes institutional reset sa na no anu ne reset da bi o mu ma mu nipa no so reset nka ho na mu nipa no tin nko o mu anim because me ba na me raho na me yempo nie anie na mu makati bra wa bre na busuafo nyina dis one because party am obi on obusuafo nyina wo mu onu ko afim ko ba bi etika busuafo na hwese ye betu ma makati bibi makati papa wuye ndc ni bia ni oba yie no what must say yes ndc ni bia ni oba yie no ye ya na sa ko ye I'm giving an example what must say so yes ha de we nyina wo wia na wo petim do makọ rounds ansa fa makati no sa akọ rounds no akọ cancel kase nya wo ni power wo ni ye no anu ni se makati e wo ho and Friday wo be ko fie sa and wo cancel bi age busumi 9p allowances kan ho travel kan ho wo mo se wo kwa economy na sofa wo de me nyina trotro kwa me nyina mfu bi wo de me nyina mfu trotro obi amfu bi ni aka bonten kwakubu ahime no ne kasa wie osu utimase ni wa bre wa trambe nchacha dodo da be na match ni bedru ni so mo man this fo no mo ka bonten and survival kin Nicholas nyase e ba ye mpeka sa dodo o ye nka biem ba mo de mo man nko saa and na party fu ya o ba be gu Ghana be say Ghana niam tete Ghana NPP and o mo tima transfer o mo transfer mo niam tete niam yi because niam boni o mo ye send this to niam ya 30-40 years nkofo o mo madda utimase Now this into 2 years and no say na be a winning ba be a court o. Afanya market entimi ko be a court no money.
I no dey any mo be.
Minister Ankobi, I appointee bi Ankobi.
Be on no Simon.
We see police station Ankobi anya odia wo. I say what electricity pole. We this is your 24 hours anya odia. We ko be a court with that government appointee bia. Omo jani traders afanya market ginidi wako be a court. We dey be a court. We not simple say abani panimu bi di bam. And this for nyama ni. Wo mo mehu sade ni animu de. Yebetima ye. Bi amu ba ya motutu nyama bi. Nyama ni be be ko yie. Baba bi won nko yie a. Na mo animu correction. When ko mu jam people for ni sa. Wetima say. Mu jam se be ko fa nyama ba. Ndiki Nicholas. Me di ma no se mu nyana ba so no. Yes, say mo mpani na pamfo. Wo mo hwe radio stations na mo bo modi ye adwuma na. Wo mo ma pikibi. Wo mo hwe mo timu omre bi so timu odin. Wo peki na wa crowd ni ko ba bia. O ni nyan po bampa wo mfi no. One may have a segment pick up 5 or 6. Near my point, no so show more cano. What to say? About boniphobia will be a man fanning co. No move for papa woman. And more point. Then go for to me again. A bit more new. Many workers as a neighbor share corridor by say. What you be braces? So you don't be Sana the Tentino. Munya Niaman to 2 near money ye. Woman penny papa. No making sure say will be called the Baha. Would there be a hand my eye come up? Yes, a bit young, say. Chief from Kola Animal home near one. Yes, your boy, you
know, papa.
Munya Butesa, Mutiani upon 4 years near upon Munini. Munsumani was a Munsupa. What must say? Mumani was a Munya Bremusum qualified. What man? No Muska. So I call Munya.
Okay, my God, able to hear 120 days, you know. One minority in Sema almost to the bed to Jaffa.
120 days, you know. Can I are to force any bank governor of Bank of Ghana? O mama kenufurata bank data bank approval so monye ai bonds hey we asipa
it is no you first na you
mutmi emma select kenufurata data banks or your bond specialist to operate in the bond market mo ya budi for atu forcing any governor ajumo kenufurata wagu ai Kwamadu for bank, Agu said Agongo bank, Mutimi more no data bank operate.
Simon Jumasonye.
Muy serious.
Twaso.
Can you grass? Or muy serious there?
Only serious.
Only serious.
Only serious, said there is setting money and near my coffee. Dollar no says you have 13.60.
And you know, I can be. Butaya kenufurata jinaso edigu NDC pro NDC bank and our banks are affiliated to NDC no nkwa ni reason no so maba mon gunu mpoa you don't give him job to do can bond ye di boni din edidi na tem ni nyina echi na oba na osabe management so onye in that industry where is your consistency opesi Ghana for foul serious Doctor Atufosi we need governor mo pesi ye farm serious ana you can do everything some of these things mama me nyimuni as a year cause games na mo bono truly money Ghana for bo games mo teach na mo backdoor games senya game na mo bo what will make an overwriter's data bank qualified to operate under this administration catch me. Now, Ferry, we issue statement, public statement on top of it. We are rubbing it in our face. Too many you are just holding it in trust. A bit to a work more. We better revise some note. I'm revise some note. 120 days and say, Muna more dinebini. President Niaberiano, Namotetimu ministries, offices, Mamu ye wifra. This is what they are doing. We know Makato. Data bank. Kenufrate's own data bank. To force a new governor. We got what I design. So we young.
Yes, Yama.
Yes, Yama. Or more approve or more select, as part of banks or more bond special. Ghana under John Mama administration. Uncle Pom Farm Bonnet. Mr. Obia Babo Nekan, meaning a many quotation here. Or see Obia Bejina Kitria. Inti ni awobe ye office no ye ma ho me ni pena Dr. Callistus woni bi green letter ni white letter na me ntro bi Michelle corner muse ya na me de ama pepepe na me ko street aketwano straight na waje na okọ pepe enti omunye nema ni yi omu binu vi so omu aye awie omu ni poverty ni problem bi majority of the masses no members of this country no were below the poverty line. I say the men drink on kwa obotom men drink ya on kwa obenya but nya ododo no yie yo enu nti eno maji mu akotran ho no so be kotran na be ya de be negate the progress of the people are ever had been because kenu furata na nkasa na mo no ho wasem me boa special prosecutor
no one some also
obeyano or America or my
just me mu na obeba
obi a otimi gu obi bank say do agongo bank no kwa meso wo fa gu no
na
nka hu so wa asem wo court enti ya possible so mbedi asem awie na asem na akoka eritili
outcome of the case
ogunu bank sa nipa wi wo de wanya tumi a o man bank tumi on fanya ejuma who does that enkoyani.
Okay, what am I Power 97.9 FM also our TV XYZ. Ye wo kodwe ye bo ha sa so na yenua Charles McCarthy so wa. Me pa cho bebre ya pomudin hia na ya pomudin hia dia na droba ko pena me kan fo am obi ho na wakoma bo pepe. To se bia na kwan wakoma ne si to no unse abnormal. Sa so na bia na wonsa na wonai tumi etitriti. Woni so tumi kusu me kan fo victory garlic mixture e dia ma. Victory garlic mixture unya binu ma bebo ye ebo mambo jani die frusa ni ye papa na bibia etumi konkanti victory garlic mixture e wo dwaman so why se wo mpe binum na wonnom emboa na emboa ye papa enti victory garlic mixture na be kanfo edi amount na unya binu ma aboye na bibia etumi akọ enkai wo dwaman so abisa victory garlic mixture ye drama no be sa so na medidi se wo so unya binu ma betumi aboye pa ma bibia adedin edi amount enya na obibi eto endro Ghana hey na woko okanshi kens walk ba dudu bia o pato no wonsa betumi akabi for 02012932880 and 0242545633 na wonim penifo ndin komo na bibia entumi enko enkan enfemo ex natural mineral water bebre na abafia bibia wa wutie me bia obetumi edweni atrem wo ha wo osu abebrese street wo bisa XYZ broadcasting ya hemfia ha dudu bi open wonsa betumi aka ex natural mineral water ye wo 350 ml ye wo 500 ml na ye sign so e wo 750 ml e bia na wo ye party wo ye family celebration occasion bia me kan for ex natural mineral water edi amount enya na kra would we need chemo your friend is a best wine so when sebe kebi your best wine was La Baulation opposite latest form or East Legon wo kwaswa when sebe kebi ho Malcolm Moore so bi ho and shop bi a ben wo call so pe ex natural mineral water and na may come for edi amount for 0596273546 0596273547 idini ex natural mineral water simply natural Power Specialist Herbal Hospital na medru so yare friend hepatitis A B C D and E na how fatty liver anasa sciatica me patcho prostate how anase wonsa na wonai nebu pain ulcer ayem crew ana compo me patcho fibroid how me can for Power Specialist Herbal Hospital the amount Kumasi branch no be ho for Yase Lake Bosumchi Road opposite Jasbro Filling Station Accra branch here Kwabenya Pukwasi ACP Road obi ho ho Takrade branch Anaji Estate adjacent Anaji MA Primary School 0244 544422 and 0200 383831 na bibia entumi enko enkansa Safari Valley Eco Resort in the Medruso, we show much aquia, or more district dewu, and one obey Safari Valley Eco Resort. Me pachobebre, Safari Valley Eco Resort, a tropical valley, no so bekai and obe huomo, wo a ye okre, dewu, me pacha 4, and that's a 4-star forest lodge a resort a woduru ha woni beji ye papa bibia betumi akọ enkan ede amon serene escape surrounding pa woduru ha kwakese kai aha ye fe papa 24-hour service no mo ye time bi obeduru ho no obenye baby ada saa so na mepacho bebre wo pese wodidi pa omuye continental ne local dishes wo ho obehu zebra mara antelope mwahuru na obenye bi o Safari Valley Eco Resort me pacho baby obeda oni problem obenya rooms ahro ho obetumi kwa woni webusua akọ ebusua no nkwala nyina baby ombeda no wankasa weni beje omo private swimming pool ho a obetumi be pacho wankasa no wono odofo motumi adware kama pa enyema bebre na na ewo Safari Valley Eco Resort and this a wuti mi adewu na ewo eye Okre district 0596 914394 0596 91 4394 na bibia entumi enko enkansa Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center Medruso Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center na Medruso imom Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center the Medimosis garlic capsules abedwama nso improve blood circulation e mambo jadi die frusani ye sa so no be fever stroke and STI wokwa ombebo pa omo dental clinic ho dentist obono ho mbodenti eyenu mudwumedie bia so a ometumi ayamo maybe be to me akonkan Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center Adenta Barry opposite the police station AESL building inside Ghana Highways Authority Accra Ministry Sajay Kojo opposite School for the Deaf and Sana Kumasa Hima Kokobin Santaso Boase Kwaneso 0244 068 447 na bibia ende ye papa yensan enkwhwe you say ye guso ayedi ho nkomo yenkwhwe His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni videos anane samo kan efa 120 days en ho yenhwe bimbra na entua nkomo no so.
Today, May 7th, 2025 marks 120 days since I had the profound honor of being sworn in as the President of the Republic of Ghana for a new 4-year term. It is a day that I specifically noted on our calendar to come before you, the people of Ghana, to account for the critical first steps we promised to take in our initial months in office. Our campaign was anchored on the vision of building the Ghana we want together. And our manifesto, Resetting Ghana, laid out a bold yet pragmatic plan for national recovery and transformation. Central to this plan was a social contract for the first 120 days, a set of specific actionable promises designated to enable us hit the ground running and signal our unwavering commitment to change. I stand before you tonight to update you on how we have delivered on these promises. To the people of Ghana and the world observing our progress, let me state clearly, we made promises and we have kept them. Our first 120 days have been defined by decisive action, a commitment to transparency, and a relentless focus on laying the foundation for building the Ghana we want, a just, prosperous, and united Ghana. Let me now walk you through the progress we have made on the specific commitments outlined in our 120-day social contract. We promise to form a lean and efficient government. I promise to nominate the complete list of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval within the first 14 days and to constitute the leanest and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic within the first 90 days. As promised, I announced the complete list of my cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval within the first 14 days of being sworn in. They were all successfully vetted and approved, and they have hit the ground running. Indeed, I have so far appointed only 56 ministers and deputies so far, the smallest number of ministers and deputies appointed by any president in the Fourth Republic. We've also nominated our metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives, and they are going through the various phases of confirmation to complete the formation of our governance team at the local level. Establishing a robust code of conduct. I have committed to establishing a robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials to instill integrity and accountability from day one. Building on my previous efforts, we have reworked and finalized a significantly improved version of the Code of Conduct for Government Appointees. The comprehensive document launched last Monday addresses new areas including
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Nkomo boy no 120 days dwumedi awedi ho nkomo na yeguso a ye assessment na ye di ho nkomo. Nti my member also be me Makati.
Madam Fubi or Canada. Say Charlie, you are right too. The dollar is killing us. It's the best road the can grab bar.
Bebre.
Or the 1,000 cigar na ha. Oh. Tibebre is your boy. Kofo, Momon Pie. Momon Pie.
You go so ye did 120 days.
Yeah, 120 days. King. Like me cannot say President Shebo said within the first 60 days, over forming the government. Or forming so with the 60 ministers. And a beye. Or Shebo see ministers in the be or be cut be na wakabia boom na aye short. We are reducing ministries. 60 now share your bono. Wa my 60 no. Or my 56
aka 4
or the car 4 on farm my or the car 4
okay
on farm my gusu na we yes or share your bossy e-levy obetwam or try e-levy or betting tax also be year few or year few covid there na aka that's so essential and now import duties on vehicles, any what have you. I don't know a hard drink, see what I say, but because dollar ne for Montino, import could do habo charges no be form affected. When it say yeah, tax no more dear, not just say at the form say team, and we are home betono, we are behind. I think say and nema won't omunye ya no. Mostly legislations. It has to do with emra ye di mra be ko parliament na ye be pass mra na aye eno na akam aka for instance over 24-hour economy na a whole policy on its own at the fufra or di ba enti no be here time na wa charge na e betimi aye se ne be ya daachi obi mambe kaso meyi afi ho memfanye djuma memfanye si nti ohwehwe so a work in progress or committee omo eye hu adwuma that is also good then scholarship secretariat the okay so omo the bill be call na omo in the regulations and be ya appointee bi anu a oni na busia ebetimi benefit from the scholarship na akoye okwahwe akwafo ni ahia forma na ometimi benefit from that scholarship this no omo ye enti in all so over 25 items na wa list ya my there Nicholas per my assessment on the presentation wa ye mu be 18 was 18 there wa ye enti na ka 7 enti mo mass ye no o strike percentage when we say it's around 72% PD completed and the remaining 28 no a work in progress so sana tier there say wayade ye monam na baso amanfo nso akasa Professor Stephen Ade Akufo-Addo Abrɛso no ye board member
yes
GRA and is one critic, not board chair, a very serious critic of Aban in the past, or when this year, Chipwa, and or see this will be our own canocre. And the Becca said, John Dramani Mama, 120 days, no, 1 morning homebody. Many right thinking, objective Ghanaians, apart from TUC, Labor Union for Moka said Galamsey no costro. Na oman fa data ankasa. Oman training tia omun susuyem Galamsey no akosro. Because within this 4 months no Kinigolas. Pebe me checks. Ama Kofi Boa minister on sign license ba kumpo. What I say?